Hi guys, and Merry Christmas to all. What we're doing today is top 10 trees, and who I got today with me, Trotter the wild boar, and he's a blue-nosed friend. And yes, I had a lovely weekend away from the pesty house I'm living in. And I went to charity shopping with Nan and M&S shopping with Nan, and also went into Sainsbury's. And yeah. And I grabbed my nan's soft toy Black Panther out of a boot of the car, because I could live with it and stuff like that while I'm in the car. She lets me cuddle it only in the car, because it has to stay in the car because because it keeps the car safe. So yeah. And yeah, see, me and Nan went to a garden centre to order a Christmas wreath to go on her front door. So yeah, and I said, Nan, can I put Christmas lights on Grandad's tree? And she said, yes, of course you can. We put them on the next time you come. So yeah. And I got a tree for my granddad, because my granddad ashes is underneath that tree. So yeah. And we some of his ashes is underneath that tree, and some of his ashes is at the flying club he used to go to when he was alive, called Breton. Some of ashes is there, and some of his ashes at Lake District. So yeah. And yeah. And Charlie is buried in my nan's garden, somewhere in the garden around daffodils. So yeah. And I'm doing top 10 trees because there's some of these trees I've seen a lot in where I used to live, and where my nan lives. So yeah. And she's got some of these trees in her garden. So yeah. And yeah. And I don't go out in the garden in this weather. I only go out in summer when it's a nice day, and I have my lunch out in the garden and stuff like that. So yeah. And my nan is keeping me on a diet and stuff like that. So yeah. I'm trying to lose weight and stuff like that. And I went to see my cousin. And my auntie Susan. New house. They just moved in, and they look nice. The house looks nice, and they only got one spare bedroom, but it's a mess in there. So yeah, my cousin's room is a mess, and my auntie Susan's room is tidy compared to my cousin. So yeah, and why I got cat ears, because Trotter said it looks good with, like, he does have pointy ears. So yeah. So yeah, it's not blue, so it's purple lavender colour. So yeah. And I do have another one of these in black, but I choose to go for blue ones, purple ones. So yeah, because this colour is close enough to what he's got. So yeah, and I found. I can't find the other top of this. I think it's in my washing basket. I did look in my washing basket, but it might be in the bathroom somewhere. So, yeah, and I found this in my wardrobe. This is the second one of these. So, yeah. So I decided to put this on because he's dark blue. And, yeah. And I got white lip gloss on, and I do have a white cardigan somewhere. So yeah, because he does have white hooves. So yeah, and I got a red scrunchie that he doesn't have any red on him, but I got a red scrunchie around my arm because it's Christmas. So yeah, and yeah. Just in case I want to put my hair up again if I get too hot. So yeah, and stuff like that. So yeah, I had a lovely weekend with my nan, and I'm gonna stay again at my nan's this week Friday, and this weekend. So yeah, I'm staying 2 nights at her house this week. So yeah. Because she wants me to, she wants to see me and try some clothes on. So yeah, and also have my hair cut. So yeah, I will take a picture of me when my hair is done. So yeah, and I can ask my nan to take a picture of me. So she send it on to her family group WhatsApp. So yeah. And who's on my family group WhatsApp? My mum, my sister, my dad, my nan, my aunt, my cousin, possibly Leo, my sister, my dad. So yeah. So yeah. That's why I got WhatsApp, because I could chat with my family on the family group WhatsApp. So yeah. So yeah, and I'm gonna finish chat with my dad tonight, and also open my advent calendar tonight. So yeah, and last night I didn't feel very well last night. I nearly wasn't coming in, but I felt better this morning. What was wrong with me last night? Had backache, felt achy all around my arms, and felt sickly, headachy, and all that type of stuff. So yeah, luckily it passed. So it's maybe the sign of tiredness. So yeah, and I did carry some heavy things. 2 heavy things. I put some bag of stuff to take to Auntie Suzanne's that was heavy, and also carried my nan ottoman that was heavy, and I had 3 bad lucks. The telly in my room, the aerial, some builders, important man came to my nan's, knock my aerial off. So yeah. And it knocked my nan's TV in her room off. So the only telly was working in her house is the living room TV. So yeah, and now I got this long cat blanket, hers. I could cuddle myself in. So yeah, and and I watched the real life Lion King. So with Nan, because she hasn't seen it. So yeah, it was a great film. So yeah, Nan loved it. So she didn't cry. And I went to bed around 10 at hers and stuff like that. So yeah, and I had my bed heater on. She had to came up with me to help me to turn the bed heater off. So yeah, she doesn't like me listening straight away while my bed heater is off. So yeah. And I had my radiators on and stuff like that. I feel nice and cozy and warm. So yeah, I was so relaxed at my nan's. So yeah, and stuff like that. So yeah, had a busy weekend with Nan. So yeah, like I had to return some trousers and went to get another pair from M&S. So yeah. And it's sparkly ones, so I'm gonna try them on Friday. So yeah, I will ask Nan to take a picture of me in them, and I will show it to Helen after Christmas. So yeah, because I'm gonna have a picture of me in my sparkly trousers. So yeah. And yeah, and I tried the top on. Nan bought me a top to go with the trousers. So yeah, and stuff like that. And she bought me 2 DVDs at Oxfam charity shop in Pocklington, and I got a Pokemon DVD and the 2 brothers about a tiger cub. So yeah, and yeah, and I had a busy day with Nan, and I have I got like a Jellycat soft toy bunny from my cousin. She doesn't want it anymore because she's grown out of it. All she's interested in is makeup, going out with her friends and stuff like that. So she is a proper girly girl. Like me, I'm still into soft toys and all that. I am interested in makeup and all that, so, and gaming and stuff like that. So yeah. So yeah, I had a busy weekend. So yeah. And I can't wait to see my Nan again this week. So yeah, let's get on with the top 10 trees.
Owl said, ooh, ooh. 3 little owls said, ooh, ooh. As they said,
Why I got oak tree on my list because I don't know which type of tree my Nan's got. I think it's the pine tree or the oak tree. I don't know which one. She does have a big tree that looks like an oak tree in her garden. So yeah. And stuff like that, and it used to hang a swing on it. So yeah, the swing is not there anymore. So yeah, and I still go and play in Nan's garden if it's a lovely day. So yeah, and stuff like that. So yeah. I like the oak tree because I like collecting what it drops on the floor, so oak. So yeah, and my Nan got a couple of squirrels in her garden. I think 4 squirrels in her garden now. She's getting a lot of squirrels in her garden at the moment. It might be 8 or 6 squirrels altogether, I don't know. So yeah, and I do see them getting nuts out of the house that Nan hammered to the tree. So yeah, and see, my Nan likes to collect wild live animals, and my cousin says, "Oh, Nan, your house is like your garden is like a wildlife sanctuary." So my cousin does have a point, and it does look like a wildlife sanctuary, my nan's garden, because he collects hedgehogs in her garden, fox in her garden, different types of birds in her garden, and squirrels. So yeah, so my nan is like a wildlife sanctuary feeder for animals. So yeah, she buys food for them and see stuff like that. She buys food for them. So yeah. So yeah, and she's not lonely. She's got wildlife in her garden. She's not that lonely yet. So yeah. And what I heard from my nan, she's thinking about moving. So yeah, she's thinking about moving because she's got one nasty neighbour next door to us, and he does have a something against my nan and my granddad's death. Yeah, and Nan is thinking about moving, so because of him. So yeah. And I do like her house. It's pretty good, but all my families live near her, and she doesn't want to move away from them. But she's still thinking about it. So yeah, and stuff like that. So yeah, and now she's going back to thinking about getting a cat, because what I said to her on the weekend, "Oh Nan, you are a cat person that will never change." So yeah, because all my life I know my nan as a cat person, not a dog person, because yeah, so because she had cats all her life. So yeah, and stuff like that. So yeah, reason why I chose the oak tree, because I find it very unique and very cute tree. So yeah, and it's a big tree where you can sit under it and sit under it when it's a sunny day and when it's a hot day. So yeah. Why I like pine trees, because I like picking up pine cones from the pine trees. So yeah, there is a couple of pine trees near where I used to live at Badger Hill. So there's a couple of them around there. So yeah, and I've seen some couple of pine trees in Centre Parks. And where else can see pine trees? In the forest somewhere. So yeah, at Elvington Woods. So yeah, I like pine trees because they look like Christmas trees from a distance. So yeah, that's why I like pine trees, because it looks like Christmas trees. So yeah, and I like it when the sun hits the pine trees too. So yeah, I like it. So yeah, and I'll tell you where you can find pine trees. So yeah, they are found in such places as Europe, Africa, Asia, and the United States and Canada. So they can be found growing in altitude up to 4,000 meters and 13,000 feet. So they grow well in sandy or well-drained soil. Fully grown trees require full sun and very little water to survive. and pine has long lives and typical reach age of 1000 and 1,000 years, even more. The longest special species is the great basic beetle cone pine. The long Eve once developed this species, the photo below, and it's won the world. All this living at around 800 years old. This tree can find it in the White Mountains of California, and the old tree, the brittle cone pine tree, discovered in natural forest. It is over 5,000 years old. So yeah, there are lots of very old trees around the world. So yeah, that doesn't have leaves on it and stuff like that. I like how it looks on the photo, the dragon tree. It's unique and stuff like that. So yeah, so I'll tell you a bit about dragon tree. So yeah, dragon's blood, which refers to the brightest red reserve or sap from the dragon blood tree, was used for making fairies by 18th centuries Italy violin maker. Dragon's blood, which is the common of Dracula combined, is an evergreen tree. Is a mint a pit which includes 4 islands in the Indian Ocean. It grows in the harsh climate of Scotland Island, which is the largest 4 island of Scotland, is the part of Republic Yarm. It's very rich, it's flourished and with around 700 special that need the island only. The island recognized by United Science Facts included UNESCO as a World Natural Heritage Site in July 2008. Dekker-Turner is the most this plant of the reckon it can find at the elephant of 1,500 meters. It's usually common the name from the red colour sap or that induced from fishes in the bark of the tree. The reason of being used in various purpose centuries. The following proof or interest fact about the dragon blood tree. About the dragon blood tree, plant type evergreen, generation Dracula, family Espin, order Escalae, science facts, name Drakenpen, always called Scottish dragon tree, nature to Scotland Island, Republic of Yarm, USDA, hardest zone to 10 to 11, height up to 10 meters, grow rate slow, light requirement full sun, water needed, drill tolerance, prefers salt type, limestone basis solid. So interested about the dragon blood tree? They are most confederate with glass toxamates qualified to this genus. The species classify under the familiar Lefat dragon tree. The species of the genus have survived in migrating to tropical forests since the Tertiary period. The tree had that well-defined. Here and few facts about this tree. Dragon's blood was seen extreme from the trunk and camber was known to as it grown to 5 meters in 1 century. Dracula contained first mentioned by well-lit India campaign in 1830s, but the Scottish named Isaac Bailey, who described the species, gave it scientific name in 1880. The density of the plant not homemade. The tree can be found in central of the central measure of the is Hemsedho and California. Dekker-Turner is the only plant in Dekker to form the woodland. This tree should be not mistaken another species from generation that is also called dragonblood tree. This species native to Canada Island, Major Macona and Cape Ferris Island. Dekker-Turner are most found on limestone places on Scott Island. It is natural habit. This tree can live for hundreds of years. However, its population is getting affected due to refinement of habits by human active.
Hanging from the willow tree.
Why I like the willow tree? I've seen a couple of them in I've seen two of them in Badgley Park. So yeah, where I used to live. So yeah, and I like willow tree because it reminds me of that tree in Pandora in Avatar, so called Pandora tree. So yeah, and yeah, so yeah, that's why I like willow tree because it reminds me of the Avatar tree in the Avatar film called Pandora. So yeah, and yeah, and stuff like that. So yeah, I love willow trees because I just find it a magical tree. So yeah, and willow tree is very interesting for me. So yeah, I can't stop watching Avatar like at the moment because the Pandora tree does remind me of a willow tree. So yeah, and I just like Avatar because there's like a horse type animal in Avatar, and there's like a bird type in Avatar, and I like that. So yeah, and I like this girl, this female. She did she was in Ghostbusters too, and she was in some other films. So yeah, and I like her, and in this film she does smoke in this film, and she does remind me of Helen a bit. So yeah, because Helen smoked, and this woman in Avatar does smoke. So yeah, and stuff like that. So yeah, and yeah, I like Avatar. So yeah, because of the tree in Avatar reminds me of the willow tree. So yeah, called the Pandora tree. So yeah, and stuff like that. So yeah, and I'll read out a couple of facts about the willow tree, why it's so interesting to me. So weeping willow, which is the native to northern China, a brutal faction tree whose luscious comfort instantly recognizable, found throughout North America and Europe and Asia. Those trees are between physical characteristics and practical appearance as well as in staple plants in culture and literature and spiritual all through the world. Willow tree, the science facts name for the tree is so babyline is something of Mr. Sloan thinks and means to willow, but babylinks came about as the result of mistake Carl, who discovered the name Simpson for living through believing the weeping willow was the same willow found by the river Beulah in Bible, but the tree mentioned in Palms through were probably popular weeping willow, the tree that common name from the way that rain looks like tears when it drips off the curved branches.
Batting chestnut tree, there we sit.
Hi guys, I seen some chestnut trees in Badger Park and in my nan's garden, and well, I like chestnut trees because I like collecting conkers. So yeah, and I like the shape of the leaves because the leaves shaped like a star or something. So yeah. And stuff like that. So yeah, I love collecting conkers when conker drops on the floor in autumn. So yeah, and stuff like that, and that's why I like conkers. So yeah, I like collecting them and get some fresh ones next year. So yeah. And I took the old conkers out and then have fresh ones. So yeah, to look at in my room. So yeah, that's why I like conkers, because I love collecting them, stuff like that. So yeah, and that's why I like chestnut trees, because I like collecting conkers. So I don't do conker fights. Nope, I don't do it. I collect conkers for fun, so yeah, and yeah, stuff like that. So yeah, I love collecting conkers. So yeah, there's lots of conker trees at the old language college where the old language college used to be, and there's lots of them somewhere in where Popperton Road is. So yeah, there's conkers down there. So yeah, I like conkers and I love collecting them. So they're unique and stuff like that. So yeah, and I'll tell you a facts about conkers. So yeah, chestnut is the defying tree which can reach 35 meters when matured and live up to 700 years. They belong to the same family as oak and beecham, and the bark is grey and purple and smooth, and with age the trees are purple and brown and the buds are plum. The red and brown are oval shape, and they live in thin grit which can reach up to 2 meters in diameters. So yeah, what does the chestnut look like? The leaves about 16 and 28 centimeters long, which is 5/9 centimeters wide, which point to the tip and the center of the tooth edge. The leaves are quite glossy, and there's about 20 pairs of pallium and petal veins. And the flowers are long and yellow and catkins are mostly male flowers, with female flowers at the base. Sweet chestnut is moose, meaning both male and female flowers are found on the same tree. Fruit. After pollen by insect, female flower develop into a shiny red-brown fruit wrapped into a green spiky case. The tree begins to bear fruit when they are around 25 years old. Fir is evergreen comfern tree that belongs to genus Alban of family Pinaceae, and there are about 56 species of fern in the world. They are found through much of the northern Central America and Europe and Asia and North Africa, or in a mountain of the most range. Fir live longer on average, produce at 20 years, with average lifespan of 60 years. Fern trees extinct for 104 years old have been recorded in several species, and noble fir 600 to 7 years old to known. They are the largest tree, which height from 10 to 80 meters, 33 to 62 feet taller, and the trunk diameters from the 0.5 to 4 meters at 1 foot 8 in to 13 foot in 1 when it meters. Fir grown best in area higher elevation, well drained, most solid. Full sunlight, blessed water are also necessary. Fern tree grown. The old fern tree have thick, rigid bark used to fir have to thick, smooth bark. So let's get on with number 7, holly. Hi guys, this is the holly tree. Why I put that down? Because we are getting near Christmas. So yeah, and it's a Christmas plant. So that's why I put that down. So yeah. So a hollyberry, and only female tree produce the bright red berries. Both the male and female produce red buds, which deliver the small white flowers in May. Fruit developing in July remain hard and green until the next summer. Holly trees are pollinated by insects, and seeds spread by birds through whose gut they must pass before germination. This is why little holly mystery appears in the garden when there is no trees near. Growing condition should be planted and trimmed in late September. A good crop of berries is not related to hard winter, but a good summer 18-month period when the flowers are pollinated and furling. Holly is like dumping on the ground and should not be grown in the pot. Holly natural history. The wood of a holly tree is useful mainly as a firewood, as it burns very well. It also used in laying and carving in pre-modern England. Holly was grown in upland area for cattle and deer to eat in winter. May upland woods explaining in northwest England will still have strong stories of holly.
In the sunlight on a park bench.
I like maple tree because I just do. I just like it because they are different trees and they are unique different trees. So yeah. So height when it measures 6.12 meters to 20.4 feet. Height after 10 years 5/6 meters to 16/20 feet. Fields of maple. As soon as Britain Nathan found a maple is most often found in hedgerow on the edge of the woods in nice bent and limestone on the chalk or evercolour soil, but it's widely planted in Mentry. The flowers clutches stand repair with the leaves which is good distance future. A sycamore hang under the leaf. The flower clutch stands repair leaves which is good distance. Future sycamore hanging under the leaf. The leaves are small and the half the size of sycamore, which 5 buds lobe in autumn. They fade to golden hunt. The bark is rough and brown, usually choked and rigid. When old field maple is usually in the outer branch and often become rigid as well as the main trunk, like most such as sycamore. Field maple produce wind-seed pods which spins off in acorn like autograph. However, like those pods held horizontally on the tree and direct opposite to one another, unlikely sycamore, they hang down at the Anglophile maple develop a small bud in the winter, unlike sycamore green buds. Reach up to 30 height. Monkey puzzle has a strong trunk with smooth bark that polished brown colour. That base of the large tree can resemble the elephant foot. Look out for a leather leaf and sharp pointy scales of the cone, and that fetching in winter. Its evergreen future keeps the leaf year round. What does the monkey puzzle look like? The leaves are green, spiky, stuffed leather, glossy and tangly shape. They are thick and brown at the base of the sharp edge of the tip and eventually spiral around the trunk. Flowers. Monkey puzzle are different, meaning male and female flowers are grown separate trees. Male catkins pitch are 10 centimeters long, clutcher of the narrow green stem which turn yellow and then brown at the end of summer. Female catkins are spiky cone. Fruit cones are green and goldy, which are with hairs like edge. They grown at the branch can whip over 2-3 years and finally turn brown and release the large brown seed. So where to find the monkey puzzle? Monkey puzzle is a nature central south western Auckland. It first brought to a UK in 1795. It became very popular during the Victorian and Edward era, now widely planted immensely in the park and gardens. So value to the wildlife. In the nature South America, monkey puzzle is home to southern bill parkings and over 70 species of endemic insects, and in the UK seeds are dispersed by the jar and by the jays and the squirrels.
Remember, do you remember?
Those bright leaf trees can grow to 35 meters and live for 400 years, and the bark is dark pink grey and smooth when it's young, but become cracked and lemon. Small plate with the age. Twigs are pink and brown and hairless. So the leaves, plant leaves meters 7.16 centimeters and have 5 loops for 5 stalks of young trees, characteristic red. So number flowers, small and green, yellow, hang in the spiky rhizome. Fruit, after pollinated by the wind and insect, and female flowers develop into distant winged fruit known as setamore. Not be confused with field maple and Norway maple. So spot the change in. Have you noticed the birds burst into the leaf and fruit whipping into the hedgerow? Tell us what happened to the tree around you and help scientists track the effect of climate change on the wildlife. Where to find sycamore? Sycamore is native sentiment Eastern South Europe. It is thought to have been introduced to UK by worm. However, other reports suggest it introduced to a UK in the around the 500s. More widespread plants occurred in the 1700s. And the early report the species nestling in UK dates from the mid-1800s. The seed is a clean filling, so sycamore has spread quickly across the UK, calling many woodland the meant of the nature species. Value to the wildlife. For sycamore is attracted to alpine and therefore is a very plants such as ladybirds who fly and birds. The leaves are eaten by caterpillars of the number of moths, included the sycamore moth, plum, and produce maple plum. The flowers produce a good sort of pollen nectar for bees and other insects, and the seeds are eaten by birds and small mammals. Hi guys, what we're doing next week is the top 10 makeup cars next week. So, and this is going to be part 1 of top 10 makeup cars. So, yeah. And who's going to be the mascot for that? So, I'll give you a clue. So, this camel lives in a desert. Do you know what which camel live in this? Do you know which animal lives in desert? Yes, it's a camel. Next week, I've blown the cover. Oh. I'm sorry, guys. I was trying to give you a clue, but it backfired on me. So yeah, sorry, guys. Yes, I'm gonna bring a camel in next week, and it's called Oasis. So yeah, and he's gonna pick out my outfit. Not next Monday. After Christmas, he's gonna pick my outfit. So this is gonna be after Christmas. So yeah. And that's what I'm gonna bring after Christmas. So yeah. And I'm gonna say bye from here. So yeah, and I'll do something funny on this video. So yeah. Yeah, do something funny, so I'm thinking. So yeah. And Trotter wants to say bye, so he's jumping off from the box onto my hand. So yeah, and he's want to say bye. He's waving bye, and he won't be with me after Christmas. It'll be someone else's turn. So yeah, so he's saying bye again, and he's gone, so so he's gone, so yeah, so yeah. Sorry, Trot, I had to do it out because do something funny. Now Helen passed it back to me, so yeah. And I'll see you after Christmas. And I hope you have a ho 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 Merry Christmas and have a lovely Merry Christmas to all. And I'll see you after Christmas. So yeah. So bye.